Hi Scrapbook friends, and welcome to layout 3 for our Theme Park Thursday series. Today we're doing a single page layout that is going to feature the Sparks of Magic collection and a technique on how to cut paper diagonally using your 12-inch trimmer. So I hope you'll stay tuned for how I put this very simple, fun layout together. This is going to be a single page layout. I'm working in order in my Disney trip with my daughters, and I have these 4 pictures. These 2 are of things I did not buy at the World of Disney store in Disney Springs. This picture I think I talked about in my earlier video. My husband loves to park super close. He does it to torment me, I'm sure. But so I parked really close to this pillar, and I took a picture of me and the pole to send it to him. And then this was my younger daughter and I were already in Florida, and we were watching as my older daughter on the app was flying down to get us. And so this is fun. So I'm going to do a little page about how we were at Disney Springs, and so it's just a single page. So I think I'm going to go back to using the Sweet Summer, which is what I used for the title page, because I'm really liking it, and it's kind of goes with this rainbowy stuff. And then I found this layout on my Pinterest board from scrapbook.com, and I think I'm going to use this design. I like the diagonal line, and it fits 4 pictures. So the name of my board right here is sorry, it's not a touchscreen. Haha. Used to be on my phone. The name of my board right here is 4 photo single page scrapbook sketches. So if you want to follow me on Pinterest, I'll put my link in the comments, but my handle is at Nicole So, and it says I'm a Disney freak. So there you go. When I started using Pinterest, I was coached very well. And so my layouts are very well organized. And so whenever I save a sketch, I put how many photos it is, whether it's a single page or a double page. And that helps me so that I can find what I'm looking for relatively quickly. And so I have lots of ideas. And some of these aren't sketches really, they're ideas. But if the idea is more, I like the sketch, then like I would copy it exactly with the paper collection. Like this one, I put it in those sketches. So we're going to use this sketch. Oh, looks like I saved the same one twice. We're going to use this sketch for our layout. Okay, so for this, I have 4 photos. And so you already saw, I just did the Pinterest preview of how I use my Pinterest boards. But I wanted to use the Sweet Summer, which is the paper that we use for the title page, because, well, I love it. But when I went through it and looked at what the paper options were, it turned out I didn't like it as much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use Sparks of Magic, which is, of course, our current Disney collection. This collection is retiring, so I think that means there's a good chance we're going to see something else coming soon. I hope. And so there are a couple of different ways that we can cut this diagonal. I think I'm going to use this as the background, and then I want this to be the diagonal. So I'll show you how you can cut this with our CM trimmer, but you could also fold this and punch it. I'm just afraid that with the stripe, that's going to be too busy with these 2 busy patterns. So the 12-inch trimmer will not fit paper on the diagonal. Yeah, we can't. Let's scooch up a little bit. You can't. It doesn't fit. It goes off the edge. So the only way I have found to cut a diagonal piece is to take my paper and match up the corners. And then I just kind of very gently crease right in the middle. I don't do a fold because I don't want there to be a fold on my paper, just enough to fit this track. And then I put this in my trimmer, making sure that this edge is still lined up. I'm going to put this down, use my Sightlines guide to make sure that my point is right here. And then this is lined up against that top. And then I'll just cut like that. And then that gives me my diagonal cut. And there is a little bit of a crease in there, but because this is a pattern, I mean, you're not going to see it once we get it stuck down to the page. So I could do the same thing with this paper if I wanted to save it, but I'm just going to adhere this piece onto this same layout. I keep scooting my tape runner out of the way when I put my computer here on this table. I don't usually have my laptop here. I actually have a big desktop that sits on the other side that I use for Zooms and stuff like that, but that I don't know how to show that to you on a on this recording. So luckily I got this cute little rose gold laptop on Amazon Prime Day for 25% off. Okay. Oops, so there, trying to just line that up right. Put our there we go. So there's the, not quite straight, but there's our corner piece. And then I'm going to trim my photos a little bit down because they're bigger than they need to be. I don't really like the big rectangles. And of course, this one is a true 4x6. And so it's bigger than the others. But I think I can't really trim these too much. But I think that I can cut this down by about that much. I'll cut off some of this roof or the ceiling, and that gets me to like 4 3/4. And if you've seen me before, you guys know I'm really lazy and I don't like to have to measure. So I'm just marking right here at the 4 3/4 line on my trimmer with a pencil, and then I'll just turn this and cut it. And I might cut it in that way too, but this 4 3/4 is nice because I can cut it right here. Do it that way. Actually, I didn't need to make sure that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I didn't need to use the pencil trick because I could cut like that. All right, so we'll also do this one. That was just right. And then this one, I'll cut this white section off the bottom. I can't narrow this picture too much though, because I want to keep all that. So I think I'm just going to keep them all the same width, even though this has some excess stuff on it. So I think I'm going to put that, you know, while Katie was traveling, we went to Disney Springs. And maybe I will cut these. I think I will actually. I'm gonna shrink this down just a little bit. We don't need all of that pillar. That's 3.5. And I don't need this guy in the background. I'm going to cut him out. So what did that make this? Oh, just shy of 3.5. And I'll just make this one closer to 3.5. And I do really prefer the personal trimmer for cutting my photos. I feel like it cuts more cleanly and I just get a nicer edge. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so I need some scraps of Sparks of Magic to do the banners that were on the inspiration layout, and I just have those like in my Power Project folder. So we'll just pull out some of these. I do have some really big embellishments. These are from the digital, and I've printed them big. I used the photo setting on my printer, but just on regular paper. And I ran them through my Xyron because it allowed me to have these much bigger than the stickers that come in the sticker. So this is the size that the sticker was, but when I printed it myself on my printer, I can have the option of doing that. And this one, this is a great example. I do like this one that kind of has all the signs, the road signs, I guess, but I printed it big. And so I think, I haven't used it yet, but I think that's going to be a great, maybe I'll use it in this book, a great embellishment for a page sometime. If I have, like, especially when I have a couple pictures to go. So I'm not going to use any of these right now. I'm just going to use, I just need these little strips of paper. Just see, oh, I might use some gems. But you see, I just kind of have them all my extra little scraps floating around in here so that I can pick from them. All right, there's another little piece in the back. Okay, so I'm going to open up my idea again, and you see that it has some little a little banner down here on the bottom and some little banners and an embellishment right there on the top. So let's see what we can do. Oh, look at this one. I do have this sticker that says best place in the world. I might use that up here at the top, and or something else maybe, but let's see what I can use for the banners. I don't really want the plaid. I kind of like the blue. The blue could be okay down here. The black could be okay up here. And the, not that blue polka dot. Oh, the yellow, which is the same as this. Oh, I got that skinny one. That could work. Or the hearts, no. The photos, maybe. No, I wanted to do the two blacks. So I think I'm going to use these two up at the top and these two at the bottom. But now that I've got this on here, I'm feeling like this one especially is getting lost in the background with this busy background. The rest are doing okay. Maybe I'll matte this photo in something. And I don't know, because maybe I'll use the blue. Let's see if I got a bigger piece of the blue that I could use for that. And it might not. Okay, I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to matte this picture in the blue, and then that will tie all the pieces together. So just get this on real quick. And I just kind of eyeball it when I'm cutting mats with my trimmer, but now I'm seeing that that is not centered and it's not particularly straight. So we'll just pick it up and move it in here. Okay. Kind of thinking it needs to be black though. What do you think? Yeah, it needs to be black. Okay, so let me grab a piece of black. And I guess we're double matting this one. I think that's going to look nicer. All right, that one worked out okay. Those measurements. I don't really have a place to put a title. I guess they put the title at the bottom, but because my, I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit to give a smidge more space for me to put a title up at the top, even though on the sample they put their title at the bottom. I'm going to put my sample at the top. And I think I'm going to change the banners too. They had their banners going up and down, but I think I'm going to do mine side to side. And that way, if I do, I might need to pick some different papers then. If I'm going to do, I could do just the same blue right there, which is the black. And we'll do something else over on this side. I think I need something red, which I think is the back of the stripe. So, but I'm going to put these down first, and I'm just going to do the corners so that I can tuck the banners in behind. And there's a little bit of a line right here in these little starburst things. So I think I'm going to try and find that line right here and use that to use that to make sure my photos are straight. So if I line both of these up on there, I'll do these. And I don't know if I don't think I want that to be on the black line, so I'll do that on the reds, the 2 red lines. I don't know why I put adhesive in the middle of that one. I don't usually put adhesive in the middle, maybe just because it feels bigger. And I actually want to journal about this, so I think I might use the blue stripe right here as a little journaling banner flag. So just kind of eyeballing about how much I need. Cutting a little banner, and then I'll do my journaling. I want it to go in here about right about there. Okay, so the lines aren't exactly straight, but I mean, the lines are straight, but they're not even. So my journaling's a little wonky, but hey, I journaled, and that's, you know, that's important. That's going to explain why on earth there's a picture of just the front of my car parked in here. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'm going to do this right here. So I want this to be a little bit narrower, I think, than that. And if you don't know how to do the banner, I didn't talk about it last time, but you just kind of fold your paper, don't crease it, and cut from the folded side to the outside point. And that gives you your little banner. And there's another way to do it. I'll do the next one that way if you find that way easier. For a long time I did the other way, and it's just recently that I found that I've switched to this way. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I want another little banner, and I don't know if this piece is going to be, I think that's not wide enough. I think I want about 1 inch, but I've got some of this that we cut the last, the mat from. So the other way that you can do it is just kind of eyeball in the middle of your paper and just cut a snip with your scissors. And I like to do the snip so it's about the same distance as this width. I mean, of course, you're just eyeballing it. Okay, so I've just done a snip, and then you go from the corner to the top of your snip. And that theoretically is going to get your line pretty straight. Okay, so that's another way that you can do a banner. Okay, I don't want it to be, that's going to have to be enough. All right, now I need to journal. I think I'll put my title. We'll put Waiting for Katie up here, and then I'm going to journal right here. And it's too bad I used this, because that could have been a good little journal box. Maybe I use another piece. Well, no. Well, maybe I need to use this as another little journal box down here. And I think I will, actually, instead of that other blue one that I just cut. And I'll do that. I'll do this same kind of snip to the middle technique again. I think I'm going to make this a little bit of a shallower banner. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to journal just a smidge in here too. And I might need, you know, maybe I'll do it like this. And then I'll decide what thickness I want this ribbon to be. Okay, so I messed up because I realized I didn't leave any space to cut a banner on this. I was going to write over that way and trim it that way. So I took my last little piece. And as you can see, my journaling ended and I've got about a 1/4 inch extra. So I'm just going to trim off that little piece at the bottom. And I think I actually might trim off some at the top because I wanted to start on a line. And then I'm going to have to do the, like I said, look, my line isn't even straight. I'm going to have to do the snip version to make sure that I get my banner kind of where I want it. And that's going to work. And I don't usually like to use two opposing stripes or similar stripes, but, uh-oh, now it's too long. Okay, so we're going to have to come in a little bit more. There we go. That'll fit right there. Okay, and then I do want to put a sticker. Oh, look, I got that little heart. And I'm probably going to need more stickers for this album if I want to use a lot of stickers for the embellishments. But I've used a lot of these already, so I don't really have too many more left. I think that's going to be enough, and I'll put the title on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my title on, and I like the idea of using a different color, but I'm not sure that this red and this red are quite the same. I mean, they're pretty close, but for whatever reason, I'm finding the red to be a little bit obnoxious, and I think I'm going to like the black better. So I have shown you already how I do the sticker letters by positioning them on my ruler and then using that to stick them down. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll be back, and hopefully I think this will be finished and we'll be done with layout number 3 for our theme park Thursday. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my sticker letters on here, but I'm realizing that because of the black line on here, part of my title kind of gets a little bit lost. So I have two options here. I could take one of my white, a white pen. You know, we had the Creative Memories. Oh boy, where is it? Here's my bag of pens. Here's the white chalking pen. I could take the white chalking pen and trace around, but I think, you know, I was debating about which sticker letter to use. I think I might layer my sticker letters, and that does, you know, run through your sticker letters a little bit faster. But if we give it kind of a little bit of a shadowed look, I think that might do what I want it to do. So you'll be able to see the red, and you'll be able to see kind of the black shadow outline. And because I used my ruler to stick the black letters down, I just am eyeballing these. I'm offsetting them just a smidge to give it that little bit of a shadow. And I think that will do what I need it to do, albeit by using, you know, double the number of sticker letters. And I know that one of the reasons people don't like sticker letters is just because it doesn't take that long to blow through a whole sheet or a whole pack of sticker letters. And then I'm already thinking, what on earth am I going to do with all the pieces that are left over? I've always looking for ideas about what I can use those for. But I think that works. I don't know. I'm thinking I might still need to go around it with a pen. We'll see. But I've already gotten this far, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. And I think I am then going to trace around with a black pen, actually, because of the black around the red. So I will do that again off camera and be right back. All right, so I'm done. I did go ahead and trace around the red letters. I didn't have to go all the way around because the side that was black didn't really need it. And I chose to use the Microtip pen, which has this super, super thin tip, and it just makes a very fine line. And you know what? I probably could have just been fine if I would have just done the red letters and traced around them. I didn't do a great job with the shadowing. I don't know if because I was feeling nervous that I had to get back and finish the video, but the W, I really liked the way the shadow layer worked, but then some of these I didn't offset it quite enough. Like the I, you can't really see the shadow layer, but it's fine. I'm not going to go back and redo it. But this is layout number 3 in my Disney trip album, and the next layout is actually going to be heading into the park. So there's a little bit of magic here at Disney Springs, but we'll be getting into our actual theme park themed layouts, and we're going to start with the Magic Kingdom. So that will be starting next week. We'll be back with layout number 4 for our Theme Park Thursday series. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your comments, your feedback, anything you'd like to see or anything I need to explain better, please let me know and I can add that to a future video. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week for Theme Park Thursday.